Well, anyway, rolling back a few seconds. While you were gone, DP, I did a little bit of grinding in... what the heck is going on here? Sorry, everything is a disaster. This is what happens when we don't do this for a few weeks.
You forget everything.
We forget everything. No, what I did before, or while you were gone, was to do a little bit of Midlight's Deep grinding, which, if you don't recall, or anybody viewing this doesn't recall, Midlight's Deep is the bonus dungeon in the game, which is a real pain. So I did a little bit of pre-work on that just to get through some of the levels of it, because there's like 10 of them, and we'll go back to that today, and I'll explain a little bit about how the whole thing works in that regard, because yeah, you haven't seen it, and it's different. It works completely differently than every other battle in the game, so now I just need to remember which... Let's see. I did... Or we did do the fight in Lionel Castle, right? I'm sure we did, because we did that for like an hour where I was stealing items from everybody. Or did I not show you that either? I don't think I actually showed you that. Here, let's jump in there, and
I'm not sure.
Luckily, I have a save game there, and if you decide that you've seen it, then we'll move on.
The name isn't ringing a bell, but the names are...
Yeah,
you know,
they're hard to keep straight, that's for sure.
Unbell ringable.
Yes. So, yeah, this is the last part of the Beowulf and Reis storyline. It was added for this version of the game, and because of that, a lot of people haven't seen it. I definitely did this on my own to prepare for this next stream, I believe, which is going to make it funny, because I literally spent over an hour on this section of the game last time, because I was grinding stolen items from all of these characters, because there's a lot of good stolen items. I have a save game that has all those stolen items now, so I don't have to do it again. We'll just tear through it. But there's a lot of good stuff. And this is also really great music for this part. I don't think this actual tune is used in the PSX version of the game at all. I think it was composed for it, but dropped, and then they brought it back for this version, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, we just got a nice little lovey scene between Beowulf and Reis. And we're talking about Bremont here, who is a new character in the PSP version because he didn't need to exist in the other one. And we'll see more about that soon. Yeah, I guess it kind of does stilts, but, obviously totally different composer than any of the mainline games. Well, that may no longer be true. I can't remember that either. Oh, no! Reis got punched. Yeah, I know what you meant. Lots of sound effects off screen. And another new character, Sir Aliste. Very posh-looking fellow.
Sir.
Sir.
Sir. Sir.
This whole sequence is pretty bizarre in general. And
what have you done with her?
And
she sleeps peacefully. What? She was just standing there literally 2 seconds ago.
Well, yeah, but don't forget she also got punched and screamed. So.
Sure. Yeah. So now I'm sure she's very much sleeping peacefully.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. My child is off school today for the end of her quarter, so she was just whispering in my ear.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Grail.
you can't have anything that doesn't involve some sort of turncoat nature in this game.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a very dramatic speech since, she can't hear him.
Indeed.
Unless that's one of her magical, dragon powers. Very
Right.
good
I mean,
ears.
far be it from us.
Yeah. Meh. Nothing interesting in the party screen at the moment. So, this is one of those battles, we've seen a few of them already, with characters that are already in the party, but revert to guest mode for storyline reasons at this point. So you can see we're only taking 4 characters here, because Beowulf is going to show up as a guest. I believe in this first battle, at least, Beowulf is one of the guests that you also have to protect to avoid a game over. I think that is not true in the second battle, but that may be incorrect. Also, because I'm hoping to blow through this battle a bit, I'm overloading just a smidge. Just so I can get through the enemies more quickly. As I said before when I did this the first time, I had a party that was very well equipped to steal, because there's lots of good stuff to steal, but again, I'm not doing it this time, so we just need more firepower. Now, you should remember this map at this point from way back in Chapter 2. I hope. Was a while ago.
Indeed. I mean, I didn't remember that it was from Chapter 2, but...
Yeah, this is the map where we had our last face-off with Gafgarian before we met the first Lucavi.
Oh, right, yeah, that one.
Yep, right before you lost your mind at the terror that is Kushalan.
Mm-hmm. This was the fun one with the little switch.
Yes, exactly, but now the gate's open.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't have to worry. Apparently Ramza has some feather boots on. I set up this save game literally a month ago. I have no idea what's happening here.
Cool, good.
I do remember the plot, though, and that's why we're playing the game anyway, right? For the awesome plot?
Yeah. That's really what matters most.
I think at this point, Beowulf doesn't have very many good abilities either, which is probably why he just used Siphon to steal MP rather than doing anything useful. Once we get through this sequence, we'll skip to a save game where I have Beowulf far more powered up, and you'll be able to see him do a lot more fun things.
That's nice. because that was a little bit of a bummer.
And that's actually a super useful ability for him to have, but not really to lead off a battle.
No. It's weird when you get like side quest type stuff like this for someone who we really know nothing of, who really doesn't have any plot role.
Yeah, I mean, for somebody who is you know, kind of a hidden character to begin with, yeah, there's some logic to that, and I think that's probably why there wasn't a battle like this in the original version. You know, this smacks a little bit of, oh, we need more content for the remake, so but it's still pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty it's got a little bit of the grimdark stuff to it that we've seen in this translation more. Particularly around Barrington and his lust, to put it delicately.
Crevasse.
And NP, it's just kind of a different kind of lust. Or, well, whoa, that's a Freudian slip. It's just a different kind of plot than you're used to. Really kind of saying the same thing there, I think. Now you can see there from that animation, Elise has a pretty cool sword. He's got another copy of Save the Queen, I think. It's either that or Defender. We'll check here in a sec. But it's another...
Right, those are typically similar looking swords.
Yeah, and it's another one of the interesting knight swords that you encounter frequently. Oh, that's not all that's been warping my mind, my friend. Okay. I think at this point the summoner may not actually have any summons. Yep, he doesn't. I brought him along just as a healer. Also, Elise can dodge, like, all kinds of stuff. I should probably start sending, Balthier over there to deal with him. Oh, great, that's also useless. Wonderful. What does she have equipped? Javelin? Really? I mean, it's the good javelin, the one that we got from Nelveska Island a while ago, but still, that does mean that she can't use any of her special abilities because she does not have a Night Sword equipped. So I definitely took the wrong one. However, that's still pretty cool.
Fair enough.
That is one strong weapon. Okay. Now, before we do this, let's see. Yeah, it is Save the Queen. And
Right.
Interestingly, he's one of the few left-handed characters in the game, which, you know, nice allusion.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Nice
I hadn't
allusion
even-
to him being sinister there.
Oh, right.
And his foppish nature is pretty evident there because he is, in fact, a male character who does have a female-only accessory equipped.
Oh, a ribbon.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah, interesting.
Most curious.
Kind of a neat little Easter egg, because I would imagine a lot of people don't really look too closely at that.
Yeah.
And, you know, he has Genji equipment as well, so we're not going to do much damage to him, but, you know, at least Barrage will hit with 100% rate, so he can't dodge things as easily. And, you know, a little bit of damage that actually hits is way better than a lot of damage that doesn't. Plus, because I'm not trying to screw around too much on this map at this point, it'll still be over pretty quick. I don't know that you can really call it transphobia, NP. It seems like they're really embracing it. This is a pretty tough dude wearing a ribbon. No, no.
Nice kind of a windy sound there in your voice. No, no.
Well, yeah, I did spend the entirety of last week listening to Mickey Mouse on television, so... Oh!
Nice, nice.
I did do that a lot, and the girls were very annoyed at me. Oh, come on. I'm trying to help you here. Oh, no! Don't javelin me, mister.
Down goes another one.
That was pretty savage. That was my guy, though, because she was charmed.
Yeah. I know.
And it really doesn't matter. Even if we, like, crystallize some characters on this, this is not a save game we're going to keep after we finish this.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've moved well beyond it already. Yeah, that's the joke I was going for, NP, and I just screwed it up. This happens. It's very annoying how much more efficient the enemy are than us at this point. Oh no, I didn't use barrage. You idiot. Huh. I suspect my wife would like to hire you then, NP. Come have a visit. Oh, now you're gonna kill Balthier?
No.
Oh, good. At least he had high HP. What a witch. These are the least efficient guys on the planet. Fair enough. Yeah, we've got our character coming to kill everybody. Can't you just do something useful? Let's finish this. There we go. Who invited him? This is the big kicker of this entire battle. Come on. Dude had like cancer or something, so it was like
right.
It was
what?
Suicide by Beowulf is what he was doing here.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Lame.
Yeah. He just wanted to die.
Dumb.
Like, literally, there was nobody else that could kill you.
Whatever. That's weird.
Yeah.
It's just making this plotline seem weirder.
Yeah. It's bizarre. Huh. I wonder if you always get Genji armor. I don't remember seeing that the first time I played there.
Hmm.
Whoa, that's really cool. It looks like stained glass, doesn't it?
Do those stained glass.
Squishy. Yes. Okay, let's see what we can improve here. We'll be fine. This time I won't second guess myself and I'll take Orlando instead.
Here we are in a dark room.
Yeah, no, this is the same room where we fought Kushilan the last time around, just with slightly different lighting.
Oh, really?
Also, here's another quality portrait.
Yeah, wow, man.
That hair, my goodness.
Yeah, no kidding. Just cascading in waves.
This is a neat point because it clarifies something that Elise was talking about in the last battle. He said something about, it should be taking hold by now. So, obviously, Elise has, like, poisoned the rest of the compound. So they all fall asleep and they don't put up a fight because he was on our side the whole time and just wanted to die. Oh my gosh, what a twist.
That's weird.
Anyway.
Good twist. Name twist.
Now, I want to point out something here that is probably plainly obvious. Well, for one, Bremont is a real weirdo. He has, like, pace in the room, and now he's, like, got this spasm going on when he hears bad news. But you'll also note that he kidnapped Reis, and apparently his inner circle of guards are all women? It's just a little sketchy.
Weird stuff going on here.
But what is happening here is this is the conclusion of Beowulf's backstory. Obviously, Bremont was the one who had him excommunicated in the first place because he wanted Reis, and then when he couldn't have Reis, that was when she was cursed to be a dragon as punishment.
Sure, standard, material there. That's what most guys do to the women that reject them, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and Bremont is an incel. Right, I really only need to defeat Bremont to move on here. Again, I dragged this battle out so long last time around because I was hijacking equipment off of everybody that I could see.
Sure.
We'll roll through their turn here, and then I'll show you why. So this one,
Much good stuff then?
yeah, no, I mean the spellbinders are okay. Let's see here. That's all kind of lousy. I think it must be the other characters that have good stuff. Yeah, there we go. We've got a samurai with a Masamune here.
Okay, yep, that's a thing.
Kashusha and Sorteliege and Luminous Robe, and that's all good, very good equipment for women.
Sure, good, nice.
That one's got a barrette and chantage, which also very good. and
lot of
rare.
weird French names. Here.
Also very rare. All of the perfumes have French-inspired names. Yeah.
Classic French.
And then this samurai has platinum helmet and armor and a Kiku Ichimoji, which is also a very rare samurai sword.
Cool, fun.
Yeah, but now that you've said that, I'll go back to this mystic and point out that Sortilège, in the original translation, they butchered it so badly that it was instead called Salty Rage.
Oh yeah, nice.
Very good.
Salty Rage.
And no,
Wow.
no NP,
That's
not
beautiful.
I am not saying I'm planning to assault all these women and strip them of their clothing. I'm saying that in the other save game, I already have done so.
Well, you mostly just stripped them of their perfume.
Yeah, and their weapons.
Right. That's like not even that weird.
It's all about context.
Yeah,
Which sounds...
Context is so important.
I don't really like saying that, because, yeah, the way it's already been put forth to us, it's really not about context anyway. Yikes.
You got it, man. You got it. Oh, Reese's.
He's such an idiot.
Please come back and feed my pieces. I don't know.
Yes, if
Trying to
Braymont
suck
can't
out
have
with
her, we'll
words.
all only have Reese's Pieces.
Oh no. I was going more for like, he's his piece.
I don't care. Anyway.
Which, like, not like that's much funnier, but I do feel obligated to clarify.
I'm intentionally unfunny. That's my role.
Sure. Yeah, no, we know.
Oh.
Bum, 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 bum. It is interesting because in a lot of ways, the interiors in this game really remind me of Vagrant Story.
Well, yeah, and as we've talked about, a lot of the same creative team worked on both those games.
Have we talked about that?
Oh, long, long ago, yes.
Oh.
Like very early on.
Well, there we have it.
So delusional,
Oh.
I love it.
I love Vagrant Story. That's a great game.
I know you do.
Oh man. I'll never forget how when I was first trying to... Wow, your notion of law is one of control and possession. How did you put that one together, I wonder? What gave it away?
There, obviously I misspoke earlier. I guess Reis jumped in front of the bullet that was supposed to turn Beowulf into a dragon, and she got dragoned instead.
Oh, wow. How noble of her.
Yeah, and then she ran off as a dragon, and we had to go find her. Because, nobody notices a dragon running away.
Sure, sure.
Me. Oh, that's right, he's got Reis too, so he spends most of his turns resurrecting characters that I've killed, so he doesn't really do
Wow.
anything useful.
Weird.
Speaking of the stream being canceled. Oh man, really? That's annoying. There may be some sort of bonus stream type stuff tomorrow. Because it looks like I'm going to have a little bit of bachelor time tomorrow evening. And
Whoa.
yeah, I don't know if I will stream or what I will stream. If so, possibly some Final Fantasy IV free enterprise, maybe? maybe some more.
Wow.
Maybe some more goofing around in Midlight's Deep, so we are ready next stream to finish that off and then go on to the end of the actual game. Well, you'll notice I never turn on the webcam, Stilts, so you're fine. You'll not have to worry about seeing me in bachelor mode, eating a pizza straight off the pan, bringing back the FF9 pizza bear.
Oh, man. If only.
Ball game. That was much faster than screwing around for ages.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Except for the fact that, yeah, I mean... No, NP, I've just been planning this, obviously. I'm looking forward to Bachelor time. I have to go out and buy some beer later. Oh no, he too is a dragon! At least he's not a... I guess he kind of is a Lucavi, but not a very good... yeah. So apparently turning into a dark dragon is the last thing when you realize that you're never going to get laid and you're never going to go to heaven.
Womp. Frickin' womp.
Yeah, I suppose I should probably keep that in mind. So incredibly useless, guest Beowulf.
Classic guests, am I right?
It's just embarrassing. Sure. It's true, and this version of the game like kind of predates the use of the term incel by a good half decade, if not more, but boy is it a prime example.
Cribs.
He's not super dangerous in this form, since he blows away all of his help, and as a dragon, he's inherently very slow. And he's gonna knock Rams out, but that does not underscore the point. Wow, you've been busy, child. No mess so far? Oh, okay. Except for that one time. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And they... Okay. And they keep you in the other room, so that's awesome. She said yay. That's a good one, NP. I like it. Dude's got a boatload of HP, that's for sure.
Never like to have that. Really prefer when there's very little HP, personally. That's how I feel about that.
God, I'm glad he doesn't have to be a guest again after this battle.
Yeah, one always eagerly awaits the departure of... Well, I shouldn't say always. One often eagerly awaits the departure of the guests.
You know, NP, it's funny that you ask that today, because in my general desire to, you know, whore myself out for merch, allow me to figure out how this works. What the heck is this? What button do I push? Ah, here we go. There you go. Now over your chat stream, you can see my daughter wearing a Caves of Narsh t-shirt.
Wait, over what stream? Oh wait, this because I don't have Twitch open.
Yeah, you don't have Twitch open. Yeah, I turned it up.
No.
I turned it on over the chat window on Twitch.
No, fair enough.
I thought you'd already seen this picture anyway.
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, we'll leave it up there for a little bit. But she's 7, and now she has her very own first piece of con merch. It's a little big for her, but
So
she's doing
beautiful.
okay. You should know that by now. No, I do have no idea what shame is, nor do I care. Shame is for lesser people.
Interesting.
Oh, good lord. Die, dude. But yes, I ordered that shirt for her at the same time as I ordered my coffee mug, and the coffee mug came like a week earlier. So now was my first opportunity to pimp out the shirt a little bit. It's a nice shirt. It's very soft. The printing is pretty good. Look, you're on screen. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, goofball. Alright, well, we can turn that off now. Oh, did I just kill Beowulf? I did, didn't I? Oops. I'm paying all kinds of good attention again today.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, fair enough. Though, strictly speaking, I was speaking only of the t-shirt. Which, if you don't want it in purple, in adult sizes, we have it in black.
Always the salesman.
Yes, but it seems to be unappreciated by the peanut gallery.
That, again, seems to be a pretty basic aspect of peanut galleries.
There we go, finally. Eesh. Somehow he goes from being a wing back into a full dragon there, momentarily. And then it says, Ongal! You're not a paying customer until you've actually paid.
That's a fact.
Oh, now he's a human. Oh, nope, now he's just dead. Splat. I love that Ramsey keeps floating there dead. Very powerful boots he's got on. And all through the end of the battle, he just stays there floating.
Classic.
A little distracting, really.
Yeah, it's really the continuing to float that does it.
Like, when they take him outside the castle to heal him, do they just, like, put a leash around him and carry him like a balloon?
Okay, that's good. That's funny. That's good stuff.
Eh. It's better than average.
Oh, yay. It's weird because that speed is like not a run, but it's also more than a walk. So it's like
It's kind of a strut.
exactly how happy are you to see each other?
Well, it seems like only bad things happen to them when they're together, so I kind of understand the reticence.
Fair
It's
enough.
like, I really like you, but if I give you a hug, will somebody immediately stab me in the back?
Ramza, what are
Yeah,
you doing
right.
that close behind me?
He's got dual wield. That's even worse. No, and this does raise a good point, though, Ramzion. Don't you have, like, demons to be purging? And
True,
it's
true.
great that you help the people be all lovey and stuff, but I don't know, man. Seems like your
Should probably
priorities are a
address it.
little screwed up. Hey guys, there's my kid again.
Kid,
I just-
con baby. She's no longer a baby though.
That is true.
Whenever I see the Facebook photos, I'm always struck again by how fast she's grown up.
She's almost
Well,
half the
grown
height
up.
of Baymax in in that one
I don't-
photo that everybody on Facebook seems to be seeing right now. That's been on my mind all day.
Sure.
Okay, so that was the end of that whole storyline, and it really doesn't matter at all. But it was on the way to where we're actually going to get to Midlight's Deep, so it was nice and easy to bang both of those out at once. Let's hope for no random encounter. Otherwise, I don't know if I have a save game to see the first cutscene here. Okay, doesn't matter. So when we arrive at Wargelis, which this is not really telegraphed at all, and it's way out of the way on the map for where we are in Chapter 4, so unless you are one of those people that are just kind of wandering around at the very end of the game, there's a good chance that you'd never see this without knowing it's here. And you see, we dropped into a scene as soon as we got to the town. So,
Right.
if you actually make it this far, they make sure that you don't miss it. But still, it was kind of
You could
sketchy
easily
to.
not.
Yeah, very, very easily. First thing I want to point out here is like some sort of muskox head on the wall, which appears to be approximately 4 polygons. So that's pretty great. I really don't know what to say about its presence here. So yeah, we just got a couple randos arguing in front of each other about the, oh great, it's Jav. Yeah, arguing about something that they did that was awesome, yada yada yada.
Sure.
Like, everybody just talks. Loose lips sink ships, y'all.
Fair enough.
But this is, some foreshadowing to what we're doing here. This thief thinks about traps and a wizard, and yes, all of these maps coming up involve traps, and at the end of it, there's a wizard.
If I had a nickel.
There's more foreshadowing. A man would have to be a fool to go there. Ha! Sign me up!
Can't wait.
What's the matter?
That's gonna be great.
Uh-huh.
Love to do fool things.
Okay. Where? Okay. That's alright. We'll get it. Clean it up as best you can, okay? What? Okay. It'll be okay. Relax. We've got a mess in the house. It'll be fine. That probably didn't work very well, did it? No, it did not. Okay. Yes, I will come see. Don't worry. So, yeah, talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I have a stain to check out.
This would be easier if I could actually see the chat, which I can't. So I can't really chat even. Incredibly lame. Okay, yeah, that's all I've got.
Oh my god, it looked like a crime scene in there.
Oh no.
She was making sun catchers out of water and food coloring.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Anyway. And that's why they make magic erasers. Also, I like that white mage punching that knight right there.
Sure.
That's not something you get to see every day.
Yeah, you know. Sometimes even white mages get a little feisty.
It's the pigtails. Yeah, the whole point of that scene was to illustrate that there's something going on out here on this island. And now we can go to it.
You know, sometimes... I don't know. I don't have anything to say there.
Yeah, I gotcha. So let's see. I've got so many saves here. This... We'll just skip ahead here, since we used some time on that that first set of battles that I had forgotten we needed to do. At this point, I have actually gone through some of the levels, and I will go back into one of the early ones. So, yeah. That's how far we've gotten. But I'll go back into one of the early ones, because one thing I wasn't doing while I was doing this earlier in previous streams without you was I was just trying to get through these levels, because you have to unlock each level in sequence by finding an exit in the level that you're currently in. I'll explain more of that once I jump into the map, but what I was doing was just finding the exits with the intention of going back to actually find the items that are in there. So, finding items, if you remember back to when we did Nelveska Island and we took Rafa with us because she is has bad stats, which are actually good for finding items, we'll take her again now. Because as you may recall, the methodology of finding items is to have a character with the proper abilities equipped, and then find the square that has the item, and then the chance of getting the item when you have that ability equipped is the inverse of 100, or yes, it's the inverse of 100 minus your, not the, okay. I can't do math. It's 100 minus your bravery. So if you have 10 bravery, you have a 90% chance of finding the item that you want when you step on the square.
Right, okay.
Now that I've tripped through that for what felt like 5 minutes.
Sure. You know, this dungeon looks like it seems to have similarities with the, let's see, what is it? Pharaoh's Lighthouse in Final Fantasy XII. Which is similarly this late game dungeon thing that you do have to go to in 12, but also has some sort of it has optional aspects to it as well. And you're gradually going up all of these layers that have similar sort of section names, like the Crevasse.
That's probably where they got the names from, in fact, since this is an Evilus game. In the original PSX version, weirdly, all of the level names were all caps, and they also had something to do with the Vietnam War.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I don't know why they came up with the idea of doing that, or whether the original Japanese version did the same thing, but it was bizarre. Like, one of the level names was Napalm, spelled backwards.
What?
There was another one that was Saigon, spelled backwards, and if you'd go into the help menu when you'd level over the, or when you'd be selecting with the cursor which level you were going into, if you'd enter the help text for that, it would talk, vaguely about the Vietnam War. Very, very bizarre.
How strange. I wonder if somebody was watching Apocalypse Now or something when they were doing this.
Yeah, I would have to imagine.
Wow, weird.
Yeah,
and it's all dark in here right now,
exactly, too. Yeah. And, I do the purpose of this dungeon is kind of to go into the heart of darkness, so I guess it kind of works in that, Apocalypse Now
Wow.
allegory. It's
Yeah, I guess.
it's interesting. But yeah,
The darkness is another similarity to Final Fantasy XII's Pharos Lighthouse, because part of it, at least a section of that lighthouse, involves you have to collect light orbs or something like that in order to illuminate the floor or something like. I can't remember it exactly, but there is some segment of the lighthouse where there's a play between light and dark like that. So
interesting.
It's not as dark as this is. This is well, it's very dark.
Yeah, so about that, the interesting thing with the darkness in this is that you can light it up, and the way that you light it up is to kill the enemies. So if you kill them, weirdly, it happens even if they turn into a treasure chest, but for every enemy you kill and they crystallize or turn into a treasure chest, you get a little bit more light in the dungeon. And there's 4 or 5 gradients that you can get. So if you kill off 5 enemies and they all turn, then you have what is essentially almost a fully lit map. But until you get a chance to do that, then it's pretty friggin' dark, and you kind of have to feel your way through, which is very much what I'm doing now, because I want to find some specific squares on the map that have the items with Rafa, so we can pick up the items quickly.
Very cool.
And then after that, because I've already found the exit, I can just slaughter everything and we'll move on from there. But
Sure.
finding the exits is also part of the trick of this. There are, on each level, there are 5 possible squares that could be the exit, and you have to track them down until you find the right one. And it doesn't have to be a character with the find item ability, the treasure hunter ability. Anybody that steps on them can find them. But if you don't find it, you can't go on to the next level. So if you don't have a map from a amazing website like Khan, you will be in here a while.
Smooth.
Which, is great for grinding, but it gets old real quick. It gets old even when you have to go through all the first 4 before you find the one that works.
Yeah, no, this sounds tiring.
Yeah, I know that NP was watching for me doing some of this and having to watch me go through like all 5 squares until I found the right one. I doubt he was paying that much attention to it, though, because it's not really fun to watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, well, he just found one of the squares for me. Monsters can't pick up items, so when he steps on it, he triggers a trap.
But it wouldn't have been a trap for you. Would it have been a trap for you?
It would have been a trap for Ramza, but it would not have been a trap for Rafa.
Right.
I'll mention again, we just came to this level after finishing that first couple battles with Bremont, but this save game is actually something like 10 hours beyond where we just were. So everybody is far better equipped and far stronger now, because I've done a lot of these battles trying to get through to prepare for this one. And now Beowulf has chicken, which is my favorite Beowulf ability by a mile. So each time chicken hits, it decreases the target's bravery by 50.
Gotcha.
That sounds like what
chicken
the name
would do.
implies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you have a dog?
No, but I have a window open and there's a dog outside it. An important distinction. Whoa! What? Shit.
Yeah, you haven't seen many summons. That was Titan.
Yeah, that one's creepy in the dark.
Yeah. And didn't really do much.
I mean...
I think I might have cast
like
Titan on a monster that is Earth Elemental. I think maybe the Bull Demons might be Earth Elemental, so that was probably dumb. Oh well.
What can you do for a Klondike bar?
Okay, now. Let's do some more chickening. Because when you do enough chickening, it turns into a chicken.
Sweet.
Come on.
Here for it.
He is a chicken. That just cracks me up. Once you turn somebody into...
Yeah, I love to see it.
Once you turn somebody into a chicken, they get one well, turning somebody into a chicken means that they have no bravery. Every turn that character gets while he is a chicken, he will get 1 bravery back. And when he gets back up to 10 bravery, he will turn back into whatever he was before, in this case a bull demon.
Hmm.
So now we've got our first character dead. So we just have to wait for them to turn crystal. You can see when I've got a nice wide attack range here, you can see a lot of how the map lays out by looking at the active or the available squares there, but it's still not quite the same as being able to light it up and actually see what's happening. Now, I came into this map because of the rare items. There are 2... Well, that guy stepped on the same trap as the other one. Thankfully, not enough to kill him, or else we'd have to wait for his corpse to dissolve before we would be able to get to that square and do something with it. But this map has 2 good chances at items, and this should be one of them, I believe. Let's see. She does! She got a blaze gun, so it's like the glacial gun that we've had for a long time, because we stole it from Barak a long time ago. But this is a fire elemental one. Oh no, but now I'm going to kill him. Yep, now I'm going to kill him, so I can't get to that square. That is a square, since it obviously you saw the trap, so that has an item under it as well. And that has another glacial gun, if we get lucky. As long as we're here, we might as well try to get it. So we'll kill off some of these guys, and hopefully he crystallizes soon, and we can go grab that item. That's the only other really good thing on this level. The other 2 items that you can find are an elixir, which we're strong enough to probably never need, and a kiyomori, which is a ninja weapon, which is only middling, and you can buy in a store. So I'm mainly here trying to get things that you can't get in a store.
Yeah, you're looking for those intangibles?
Well, they're not
The stuff that
intangible
money
after
can't
I
buy?
dig them out of the row or out of the level.
The stuff that money can't buy?
Oh, but it's still pretty tangible, right?
I know I messed up the first time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our doctoral candidate in literature. Sorry, I couldn't let that one go.
Thanks for nothing, Josh.
Totally worth it. Okay. Yeah, so Beowulf has pretty much all of his abilities now. So I'm going to disable somebody. I'll go ahead and disable that poor chicken. And that'll cause him to probably retreat further, even more than being a chicken in the first place. Which means that we'll have more time without slaughtering everybody to crystallize things and see a little bit better.
Handy, handy.
And we'll just send her down there to camp, since that's where we want her to go once we get a chance. Oh, that's just rude. Oh no!
No.
How did the first 3 shots hit the right target, and then the last one after he died hit the wrong target? That doesn't make sense. I have never seen that happen. That's pretty cool. Okay. I know I made fun of Siphon before, but it is actually useful in battles like this to make sure that he stays recharged. It was only lame when it was somebody else doing it.
Sure, sure.
Now we'll get plenty of light here pretty soon. We just have to bide our time until it starts happening.
Yeah, that would be nice. Would
Which
definitely not mind some light.
which normally, you know, as I go through these, at least the ones that I already have unlocked, I probably won't do that for all of them, as long as I can just dig my way to the items that I'm looking for. We'll have to check the maps.
Mean, it is the darkness thing really is quite cool, because you can indeed make out quite a bit just from looking at the movement grids and then the flashes that you get with certain kinds of attacks.
Yeah.
Though those summon ones aren't necessarily the most.
No, they tend to mutate the
clarifying.
field so much, yeah, that it's hard to tell what's happening.
Yeah. But some of them are, so it is very cool. You do get a basic idea of what the field looks like, but while still being sort of clueless in a kind of interesting way. So.
Yeah, and it's a neat conceit, but it does get old pretty quick.
Right. Well, that's of course the trick with all the battles in this game, that the conceit tends to outlive, or rather, the battle outlasts.
The novelty of it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he just doomed himself by stepping on yet another trap.
Sweet.
And you can see why this is such a good place to grind as well, because, you know, you pretty much have to kill everybody and then leave one alive to make sure you're proceeding in the right way in a lot of cases. And, and if you don't find the exit, you have to fight it again. So there's plenty of room to grind out levels and jobs down here. Which is why Beowulf is suddenly fully powered with all of his skills.
Yeah, that'll do it. Also true of the lighthouse in 12. Yeah.
And also even better that we managed to leave somebody alive that has Phoenix Down ability, because she's bringing somebody back every turn, and then I'm just going and killing them again. Doesn't help us get any more light, but it certainly keeps the battle going for grinding.
Right. Yeah.
There we go.
Which, if you've got decent enemies to fight, that'd
Oh
be a
wait,
good
so
experience without being too hard. It's a nice
that treasure
mechanism to
chest
have.
didn't actually light the battlefield. I swore that seeing a treasure chest lit up one of the battlefields when I was doing this last time. I swear it did. Anyway, got a thief's cap out of the treasure chest, and oh, we didn't get the glacial gun anyway. We rolled badly and got the elixir instead. Luckily, we already have a glacial gun, so I don't really care that much, because there's another elemental gun later on. Yeah, and I'm much happier that it happened on that square than the one where we actually got the unique item. There we go. There's a little bit of light.
Aha! Okay, this is cool too.
Yeah, so and without the light, obviously it looked a lot more like these two characters were closer together. But when I tried to move the summoner over there, now I can see that they actually weren't nearly as close as it appeared. Also, naturally, because you can sometimes see more human characters in these dungeons, especially later on, there are a lot of human enemies you'll see. Or at least the chance of seeing them is much higher later on. It's a good place to get crystal abilities as well. And eventually, there is a trick later on in this that I won't do because I'd have to grind too much, but as you remember, in random battles like this, the enemy levels are based upon your own party's levels, as opposed to storyline battles where they're static.
Oops.
And that means that if you grind your party high enough... Yeah? Hello?
Oh, man.
I don't think he can hear me anymore.
Oh, hello?
Oh, there, we got him back. Okay.
Yep.
I could hear
just
you
out
the whole
for
time.
about 10 seconds.
Yeah, I could hear you.
Oh,
the
you
whole
could?
time. Yeah, you just lost me for
Weird.
some reason. But what I was
The
saying...
connection's otherwise been good.
Yeah, absolutely. But what I was saying is, later on, there is a map where if your party is leveled high enough, you can run into some level 99 ninjas that will throw swords at you that you can collect, because there's an ability to catch items that are thrown at you. It's called catch. And if you catch the items, if you catch the items, you get to keep them. And there are some really rare swords that will get thrown at you that if you catch them, then you can have those really rare swords in your inventory. I am not going to do that because, A, it requires a ton of grinding that I'm not really willing to do, or some save game hacking that I'm too lazy to do. And then it requires everybody to be able to catch. And then you have to get the luck of getting the right enemy party, and then you have to get the luck of them throwing the item that you want. And it's a neat Easter egg, but in practice, it's just not that useful.
Interesting.
So now we've got a second level of light here, and you can see how far that monk managed to get away while we were screwing around waiting for the thing to light up. Now, I would have to get down here if we still needed the exit. Oh, actually, no. Rafa did get the... that wasn't the square that the glacial gun is in. I just happened to look, and I was in the wrong place. It's actually down here where Ramza and Beowulf are hanging out. So I guess maybe we'll drag this out just a little bit longer. Try to get her down there with her absolutely horrible speed and move radius. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, but we'll give it a try real quick, because I think we're probably about done for the day, right?
Yeah. This battle's going to have to be the last one.
I think so as well. I have to make sure that the kid has cleaned up her crime scene appropriately. I gave her nice. 2 magic erasers and some water and a roll of paper towels. Seemed to be doing the job.
Bold.
Nah, not really cool. But yeah, we'll try to do that. And I think you've seen a lot of what the general gist of this is. Maybe next time around, I'll try to get us to the point where we can do the final battle of this dungeon, which is fairly unique and interesting, and gives us a chance to get some unique abilities. And then we'll roll back to the actual end of the game. So we're just about done.
Cool.
Now, I was going to mention, I mentioned that my daughter was here all day crafting while I was working, and
love to craft.
Doing this, obviously. But she made a perler bead. She made a rocket out of perler beads. I assume that you're familiar with perler beads, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Gabe
Yeah.
did a lot of cool. Well, you did too. A lot of stuff with them.
Yeah. Yeah. She started getting into them. And she's making stuff from time to time. I made a white mage a few weeks back, but I was thinking for the end of the stream, maybe we can get some extra viewers for the end of the stream if I put one together and give it away to some lucky stream follower.
Whoa.
I know. So I was thinking about starting that this weekend, but I can't decide what I want to do. I doing a chicken has crossed my mind, an FFT chicken. Doing Ramza in his buttless chaps has also crossed my mind.
Sure,
So,
right, as it has crossed all of our minds.
Oh yeah, probably while we dream. So yeah, I'm still thinking about that. If anybody seeing this now or on YouTube later wants to give me a suggestion, feel free, and I'll see what I can do. Hopefully I have enough supplies to actually do it. I should probably do at least one battle where you see what it's like to actually find an exit while we're here. Not today, but next time around, I mean. Okay, so I believe this is the square that has the other gun, which naturally we can't yet get to with her terrible move radius, which I'll also try to fix between now and the next stream. 'Cause otherwise it'll drive me absolutely mad. Jav wants me to do a chicken. We have one vote for chicken. I'm really surprised that Jav did not ask me to do Rams's butt. I am frankly shocked by that.
I am honestly maybe a little bit disappointed even.
He's softened up in his old age.
Yeah, it's really not what I would have expected here.
Ooh, left her with 1 hit point. That is rude. Now, the neat thing about some of the enemy sprites is that their coloring will kind of match what they were wearing when they when they got chickened, or whatever. So
Okay.
the default chicken is like this dead one that we have on screen right now. It's vaguely chicken colored with a red comb, etc. But if this was an enemy like that monk that we just killed wearing green, odds are the chicken would have a green comb. And you can have a green comb or a blue comb, and sometimes the chicken can be a little bit more gray than beige. So it's kind of funny because the way that the game does palette swaps.
That's cute.
The sprites kind of just exist, but then the palette gets mapped to them, and the sprite generated based on that. So I also would be able to choose what kind of cool color chicken we might want to do. Okay, let's try to get this gun and wrap this up. There we go, another glacial gun. So now we have 3 very powerful elemental guns, as well as Balthier's Razal Gethi. And in one of the other maps in this dungeon, the other elemental gun, which is a stone gun, can be found. I don't remember which map it is if I haven't unlocked yet. But between now and the next stream, I'll probably try to collect all that stuff and be done with it.
Very exciting.
And there you go. To end any of these battles in the Midlight's Deep, you still have to kill all the monsters. So even if you find the exit, you don't get to use the exit. You still have to kill off all the enemies. And then the game just checks if you found the exit or not. And if so, it unlocks the next level, and if not, it doesn't give you any kind of messaging whatsoever. So again, if you've never seen this before, and you go into the first level, and you kill everybody, and you didn't find the exit, you're going to get booted out to the world map. You're only going to be able to go into the same level again, and you're going to be really confused and irritated.
Yeah, that's a real pain in the butt.
Yeah. And, Rafa is again, I don't want to fight, I'm a chicken, but she's not going anywhere.
We've trained you to be a chicken, Rafa. This is all according to our design.
Yeah. So there we go. That was a very productive run through that. I got both the items I wanted. So we'll just save it. And there we go.
Very good.
That was a good stream. You know, you haven't been in one in probably close to a month.
I know. Yeah.
so
Between being away for conferences and I've had meetings on Fridays and stuff, so it's been a bit of a stretch for us.
Yeah, and then, you know, obviously I actually took a vacation last week, which is the first time I've done that didn't involve me moving across the country for ages. So that
Very
was
weird.
Yeah, so that was nice. And yeah, so yeah, let's wrap up by one more time showing my awesome daughter in her Caves of Narf t-shirt, which you can get for your kids or even in your size by hitting our merch link. If you're watching this on Twitch, the merch is available right below the stream. And if you're not, it's probably plastered all over Con at this point because, as has been told to me several times during the course of this stream, I am some sort of whore.
You know, we usually don't sell out quite as much as this.
No, but I'm excited because you know, I never would have known that this availability for this merch was there until we started streaming.
Sure.
And and it's actually really nice stuff. And I love my coffee mug. Even my wife thought my coffee mug was cool, and she has no interest in video games, and really not even in.
Do you
Con,
hear that, viewers?
so.
Even your wives won't think you're a loser if you order this.
Now,
this coffee mug.
I did not go that far. I said she liked it. I did not say she did not consider me a loser.
Duly noted. The record stands corrected.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a good note to shut it off on. Okay. Well, hopefully we will be able to get back to this again next week and not have too many big chunks missing again in the near future because we are just about done. And in the meantime, I will try to make a chicken, I guess, unless I hear from somebody else in the meantime. Chicken is in the lead. I should set up a poll for the next stream. I can do a poll.
Yeah.
We'll do a poll on the top. It'll be chicken and butt.
Wow. With two choices like that.
Yeah, and the best part is the title of that poll can be, guess what?
Wow.
I know, right?
Damn.
It's so punny.
Damn.
Okay.
So good.
I'm hanging up on this stream before NP can say something snarky.